Hello everyone, my name is Lynn and I'm founder and CEO of LucidWeb. I want to thank the organization for organizing this global XR Bootcamp event. I think it's really, yes, the best step forward and definitely for the industry that we're representing. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce LucidWeb, the products that we have been building so far, our technology, and then as well the pivot that we made since kind of COVID happened across Europe and actually as well the world. So maybe just as an introduction, so I'm Lynn. I'm Lynn Segers. I'm founder of LucidWeb, but people might know me because I'm the co-founder of Women in Immersive Tech. As well, I'm the knowledge manager of XR for All, a European Commission funded project to foster the European XR industry. So mostly focused on software and hardware. Women in Immersive Tech, of course, it's a group to ensure this new and bright industry has a healthy diversity mix. As for me, in career-wise, I started my career with Netlog. Then I moved to London, where I focused on selling white-labeled video distribution platforms, so 2D. And then I came back to Brussels to become a COO of a media tech publication called Tech.eu. In 2015, I had my first virtual reality experience. And then basically I decided to set up my own company. I knew VR at that point in time would definitely entertain me and drive my curiosity for the next 5 to 10 years. So I combined basically my previous experience of working at mature startups to then also set up my own business. So the company grew steadily. I think we definitely were impacted by a bit the disillusionment that happened in the industry in 2017 and 18. But we do see a big difference, definitely by the second half of 2019, and then definitely as well this year. As for the team, so one of the most important elements about building a company for me personally is to have a very diverse board of directors, a very diverse cap table, but also a very diverse team. We're all based in Brussels, and at the moment you see myself being in the office, but I'm the only one in the office currently. Everyone is working from home. So the most important person driving the technology is Maxence. He has been definitely instrumental to reshape the platform that is currently available, LucidWeb Pro. And then as well, Eliana Mejia, she's Colombian, but she's as well now based in Brussels. She makes sure that all the experiences that we roll out, they look very nice in terms of UX and UI and have pretty designs. We are 100% a distribution platform. It means that either we work with clients who already have content, or we introduce our clients to local studios. So we have partner up with a couple of important local studios like Yonder into VR. We make VR-ish, but also, for example, Maud Clavier, she's a business on her own. So yes, when a client comes to us with as well a content creation and a distribution request, we refer them to our partners. So the product that we have rolled out is called Lucid Web Pro. It's a white label distribution platform. Today, it's focused 100% on VR. Then again, a lot of people might know us as well from the many experiences we rolled out in Web AR. But today, definitely for the people interested in signing up, when you sign up for a free trial account, you immediately see that it's 100% focused on 360 video and allowing 360 video to be leveraged with annotations or lots of possibilities for interactivity. One important element as well in differentiator is that the whole platform and editor is really focused on non-technical stuff. So basically a marketing person or a web person, someone who's working at the web team can basically manage this platform on its own. Apart from that, the distribution element is relevant for 3 devices. So not only desktop and mobile. A lot of people think when people talk about WebVR, it's desktop and mobile only. But for us, it's definitely as well and equally in the headset. So the headsets are powered with a browser. Oculus Go and Quest, for example, they have their own Oculus browser. But we also are compatible with HTC Vive and Oculus Rift, and there we work with the with the Chrome browser. Sorry. We have been focused on WebVR since 2017, and then late 2018 we started rolling out our first web AR experiences. The basic principle for the technology that we advocate is the fact that you only need one click to access the content. So in case of VR, you click a video in the browser and it immediately goes into the magic window mode. As for AR, you click an experience, and in the case of the example, you can put an item in the space around you. So we're creating a direct line between the content and the consumer. A couple of examples to make it a bit more tangible what we're doing. We have done works in immersive journalism. This was a collaboration with VRT, where basically they sent a recording team to Congo, and they interviewed 6 women. Instead of placing these videos one above the other, we basically put those portraits into a sphere environment, created an app experience on the web. And when clicking on these portraits, you had access to a 360 experience. So it's a lot more interactive. You can decide which interview you want to listen to. And it's available on 3 devices. At that point in time, we're really focused on making this available on the Oculus Go. Another partnership with a broadcaster is with Arte France. For them, we did a very specific project translating an existing experience that was already made available via apps into a fully web-based experience. Again, here, the main driver was to lower the threshold for people to have a glimpse of the experience. So the first chapter of Sans VR is free, and this chapter we translated to the web, which resulted in very interesting impact numbers across devices. A huge difference with compared to deploying the experience in an app. Taking a step away from the media use case, we've also worked with more enterprise clients, like a hospital, where we rolled out an immersive course, an immersive training, where the operation that you see in the visuals is a quite unique operation. They recorded it. We leveraged the 360 video with hotspots indicating either the profile in the room, so the title of the medical expert, or on the other hand, a hotspot indicating what the material in the room was about. And then actually, since COVID happened, we've been talking to a lot of cultural institutions, translating their cultural institutions into a virtual visit. We intentionally don't want to just show 360 videos or 360 images. So in this case of Burla, which is a quite famous theater in Antwerp, you have the 360 images in a quite high resolution available, and then an audio guide takes you through these rooms and tells you interesting insights or history related to the room. And they used a very known actor and voice to do so. So it feels like you can discover the whole building on your own. There's also an interactive map of the building, so in case you get lost. And then again, it's leveraged with your personal audio guide. I want to make sure that I take the time that is needed to introduce our latest offering. So a lot of you I know personally, or might know personally, from meeting you at a VR conference, expo, or festival the last 3 to 4 years. I always enjoyed it a lot to go to these festivals and be introduced and see how everyone is doing and what business is like in their local markets. So before I introduce the virtual offering, I do want to underline that I do miss meeting people, and I also do miss going to conferences, putting up a headset and have an amazing cinematic experience that I can share with the people who are there, but also at home. Of course, the problem is you can share with the people at the festival, but then already at the festival, you have to fill in a time slot to be able to see the experience. So I think at the end of a festival or a conference, it was kind of a thing at the end that people in the industry were talking to each other, and it was almost like a competition of who has seen what. I remember, for example, Venice VR, not this year, of course, because it was virtual, but last year, a lot of VR professionals were there, but we couldn't all see all the experiences because there was there were too many people to see the experience in too little time. So in the end, some people have seen, for example, The Line. I didn't have a chance to see it. I was super frustrated. So it's not only taking it home with family, it's already at the festival. This kind of thing happens, that it becomes very exclusive to be able to see a cinematic experience. And then, of course, you go home and you have had this amazing experience you want to share it with your friends, and it's just impossible. So for the past 3-4 years, I think we've all lived in some kind of bubble before we used the bubble like we use it today. We lived in a kind of VR bubble where a selected group of people had exclusive access to the most unique and amazing, thrilling content. So this year, of course, things are different. And I think it's about the middle of August that the Geneva International Film Festival emailed me with the request if we had a solution to bring their selection of this year to an online environment. In the past, we already had a similar product. It's called a gallery player or a gallery offering. And it was already integrated at some point in a previous version of the platform, but at that point in time, people were not interested. Of course, things are completely different. The industry accelerated, and this is now a full-blown product, and we're optimizing the product as I'm doing this presentation today. So key again to what we're developing is accessibility, making sure that people who don't have a headset do have a glimpse of the experience and can share it at least with the people they know. So Forgive, this is basically the gallery that we have set up. It's a content hub, so you can use it for either new content, or you can use it for repurposing existing content and making it more attractive in terms of UX and UI. Of course, you can put a lot of YouTube players on top of each other, or Vimeo players, but they have a lot of restriction in terms of accessibility. So for example, YouTube on a mobile, it only works in an app in 360 view. Vimeo works in the browser, but the moment that you start interacting with the content, there's easily an error message. So they're really not optimized for browser-based viewing, and this is really what we're focusing on. I hear a lot of people thinking, yes, what about the quality? 3 years ago, there was still a difference. I could say it's an app-based experience versus a web-based experience. But today, and definitely with 4G and 5G, now 5G now becoming a reality across Europe, I'm sure if we would do a really large-scale test to understand if people would see the difference, the results would be very impressive in the favor of the web. So a lot of people are saying, why is this not, did this not exist before? No, it didn't exist before. So what we're basically doing is trying to replicate what Netflix is doing, providing you direct access via browser to the Netflix portfolio of their curated content. We're doing the same, but for VR. So no, it's not easy. And we've been working on it and still working on it on a daily basis to improve performance. I think performance is a key variable if you think web and VR. And same goes for AR, by the way. So so what is key for the two gallery players that I will show today is the first one is basically, it's part of their digital market. So they send out invitations to people who have bought an accreditation. So the first step is that we send out an email invite where we generate a user ID and a password. Once they receive this and click on the activate button, they basically go to an authentication page, which we set up. And this page, and it's really key, is available on 3 devices. So it's desktop, mobile, and headset. So you can log in no matter where you are with the credentials that has been sent to you. So once you have confirmed your credentials, you have access to the main gallery view, which what you see here. Originally and it was our intention, we wanted to have as well a 6DoF section. But after looking into the content that was available and also looking at the performance issues we experienced, it will not be available today, though it will become a very important point for us to work towards for the future. So today, the 6 degrees of freedom experiences were replaced or are going to be replaced with 3 degrees of freedom trailers. But for the 3 degrees of freedom content, it's completely available. So it's available in the headset like you would have the content available in an app. So it's not only the desktop and the headset, what you see on the left, but also on the mobile. So again, there is a mobile viewing opportunity. A lot of people will select the link, go to the mobile, and from there watch the content. And we didn't want to waste that opportunity of people getting introduced to a new medium, new form of art storytelling on their mobile phone. Once you have selected the piece of content that you want to see, there's a description page or an experience detail page where you find a thumbnail, more information related to the content creator, a description, and of course the key button, Start Experience, which basically launches our WebVR 360 video player that is available across platforms. Again, the same thing can happen, or you can have the same journey on the mobile. With the description page that is on mobile, optimized for the mobile viewing, mobile browser viewing. Some of you might question, where are you available and which browser do you support? So we're going to extend trying to support as many browsers as possible. But what we feel comfortable in today is Chrome, Safari, Edge, and Opera for a desktop and mobile. And then Oculus Go and Quest is Oculus browser, and then HTC Vive and Oculus Rift with the Chrome browser only. It could be that Firefox does work, but we're going to focus on one that a lot of people already use to optimize, again, the streaming quality across these devices. So that's the first festival we're supporting. The second one is called Electric Africa. It's the VR festival from Electric South. So they're based in South Africa. We collaborated with them. They came across our name via the GIF gallery player, basically. So via introduction of the Geneva International Film Festival, but also a request of them to kind of allowing their local festival to become available online, and this specifically for Africa only. So therefore, in this case, we're going to apply a geolocation wall. So unfortunately, in Europe, you will not be able to access it. Again, the same kind of flow. Of course, here you don't have to register or there's no authentication. You can just, from their website, click through to the gallery and then click through the content that you wish to watch. So this is a description page, and then you have basically the custom player. So the custom player is identified with the logo on the left, experience title in the middle, and then the Lucid Web control buttons for the player. So in this case, what is important is the little wheel here. So it's adaptive streaming for for these experiences depends a bit on the quality, the highest quality that the content creator provided to us. So in the case it's quite high, then we will allow the person who has the content and the internet connection available to stream at such a high resolution to also do so. But automatically it will go to adaptive streaming, meaning that depending on your internet connection, it can go up or go down. But in all instances, and which is really key, and definitely for Africa, is that we always stream content, and that there's always a stream available. So yes, that's it for us. I think coming back to the original title of this session, for us, LucidWeb, the 2020 is definitely will definitely accelerate our product offering in a way that we didn't anticipate. Just before the end of the year, and definitely going into 2020, we had a collaboration with an enterprise and a training core, more for using VR for training. So we kind of thought, okay, we're going to start focusing in terms of features more on training. And then with COVID happening and this interest from a lot of festivals and collaborations that are in the pipeline, we know that VR for media is not gone. It's not an opportunity that has passed. It's an opportunity that actually now has a decent chance to compare to where we were after basically the disappointment that happened in the industry in 2017 and 2018. Before, definitely for the media use case, people were not asking us to become available in the headset. Now it's almost the reason why they want to work with us is because we're available in the headset, which is completely different from us, for us, from a product and a strategic point of view. So yes, what's ahead for us? We're going to keep on innovating in this kind of white labeled Netflix solution. Of course, it can be useful for cinematic VR, but it's also useful for example, an educational institution who has multiple pieces of VR content but wants to create one hub or wants to monetize it. So we can easily integrate Eventbrite or Stripe. So all these kind of new ways of consuming content and creating a hub to do so, a very accessible hub to do so, and maybe in the next step even monetize, will become more interesting towards different customer segments. Apart from that, we also seen a huge interest for live streaming 360, so that will also definitely be part of our roadmap at the end of this year and going into the new year. If you're interested to learn more about the technology, please feel free to reach out to me directly, Lynn at lucidweb.io, or on Twitter, or on our website, or sign up for a first trial account on lucidweb.pro, and then you can see how our platform is really accessible and easy to use, and you can start distributing your own content via URL across 3 devices instantly. Thank you for your time today, and yes, please feel free to reach out if you have any questions for me. Thank you.
Hi, Lynn.
Hi Manish, how are you?
I'm fine. What about you?
I'm fine. It's quite early in Belgium. It's now 9:30, but yes, I'm happy to be here,
Okay.
and I'm looking forward to hear some of the questions.
Yeah. Hello, guys. If you have any question, you can post it on chat box, so Lynn can answer them. So till the time, I don't think they have any question. So Lynn, I would like to know about your journey till here. Whatever you have done, whatever your experience, it will be great for us to inspire the newbies in this field and who want to learn more.
Sure. Yes. So my background is the following. So I started my career with Accenture here in Brussels. But soon I discovered the consulting world was a bit too abstract for me, so I wanted to get my hands dirty. So at that point in time, there was a startup based in Belgium that was doing really well across Europe in a target group between 16 and 24. It was a social media website before basically Facebook conquered Europe. So Netlog was my first startup, and with them I learned a lot. I also stayed with them in multiple positions. I was head of marketing, then I was more focused on product and integrating music streaming service into the social media website. And then I actually moved to London with them to do business development. And in London, basically, I noticed that in the subway, where at that point in time there was no internet connection, that people were streaming high quality content, long form content on their mobiles, and I was very intrigued about how online video could be available on a mobile device without internet. So I started looking into online video, and I also started looking for a job in that industry. So I joined Cultura. Cultura is an open source video platform still available today, and with them I was responsible for sales in Europe, and I was specifically focused on media. With them it was browser-based online video and short form. So basically my role was to approach online publishers and see if we could help them with an online video solution out of the box. So after working for 4 years then in London in online video distribution, I felt the need to go back to Brussels. And about that time I was I did another startup, basically. I was COO with Tech.eu, and while I was working with them, I had my first virtual reality experience. That was at the end of 2015. And I remember setting up a Samsung headset with a phone, and it was like it was difficult to do, but in the end, I had my first VR experience, and it was amazing. I had butterflies, and then I decided, based upon all the startups I worked with and based on this product, and for me as well, a new way, a new medium, I was like, okay, I see myself working in this industry for the next 5 to 10 to 15 years. And that's when I decided to set up LucidWeb to focus on distribution in VR.
Okay, awesome. So there's a question: when will the content be available on your platform? Yeah, it will be available on YouTube. You can watch anytime you get. Okay. So I think there's no question from the audience. So
Okay,
thanks, Lynn. It was a really great session by you, and we
thank
have
you.
got to learn many things from you. Thank you very much.
No
Hope,
worries. Thank you for having me.
yeah, hope we'll connect again. Thank you very much.